we're talking Mike is probably on the phone right now giving the Bills some tips on how to defeat the Raiders so he can solidify his spot. I can already see it brewing.
DJ Brimlow.
Mic check. We recording? Hello. Can they hear me? Yeah, they can hear me out there. Mike, say something.
Man, I'm chilling, bro. What's good?
Okay, cool. Everything's live. It's your boy. Check. Cue the music, horns, all that. Z-Star, press the other button. It's the other. Come on, bro. If you're going to be here, you got to hit the right button. It's your boy, GooseneckxGamer. We're in the building. I got King Mike with me. What's good, Mike? Talk to me.
And they trying to call me MJ Mike now or Bulls Mike, bro. I don't understand. I'm just...
Sometimes I dream that he is me. Hey. Z-Star, what's good, baby? Talk to me.
What's going on, man? You know, same. I can't say that. New day, bro.
New day.
He sound a little upset, bro. We
same
had
cough, new day. I hear you, baby.
You gonna see how upset you are at the end of this season.
Ooh, we talking upsets. I'm upset right now, man. I just installed the new game plan. It was looking great, man. Made some serious mistakes, but this ain't about me because I'm not a contender. We talking about contenders tonight.
I mean, we could talk about you could have been a contender, bro, but yeah.
I could have been, would have been, should have been. Yeah, but who knows, man? I do felt like I had a breakthrough tonight, though, so we'll see.
Okay.
Major breakthrough tonight, actually. I ain't even going to front. Major breakthrough tonight.
Cool. Well, contenders, all that kind of stuff. We're still got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more games to go.
Yeah.
So, or 7 more games, it looks like.
7?
6 or 7.
Yeah.
But point is, these are way too early predictions to who we think's going to get into the playoffs, how the season's going to finish off, all of that. So, you know, we took some divisions. What was it? AFC West, NFC North, and what was that last one?
NFC East.
Oh, the NFC Beast. NFC Beast over there? Okay.
Had to put some respect on it.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll go through it and take a look at
might be all the respect you get tonight, sir.
Play out. Speaking of NFC Beast, let's look at them, man, because to me, I think that side might have the season 4 Super Bowl champion. I'm gonna put that out there right now. I think this might be the time where Nat makes his run.
Well, just break it down. I did a little homework there to break that down, right? So I looked at remainder of schedules, who people were playing, just to kind of figure out where somebody might sit. I didn't even look at Nat's schedule. There was no point. I got him at 16-0.
Oh, damn.
He's got the Jags, that's a win. He's got the Redskins, that's a win. He's got the Niners, that's a win. He plays the Eagles twice, that's actually 2 wins. Week 17, he'll even be resting his starters and get the win. He's got the Falcons, and yeah, that's a dub also. So I don't even see a speed bump on the rest of his schedule.
Oh, is Z-Star still here?
Bro, I don't comment on games no more, bro. We just hop on the sticks and hoop.
My man said
you're not even gonna tell him to show up. Come on, bro. That's your staple.
I mean, bro, if you're not showing up, you're not showing up, bro.
Okay. There we go.
Face is intensifying.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Nat better show up, huh? Okay.
Nah, bro, he's got the division on lock. He's been showing up all year. Ain't no doubt about that.
All right, so then if he has it on lock, then what are the rest? We got Eagles at 7-3, Redskins at 6-4. How you see that playing out?
I'm going to be honest with you. I got the Redskins coming in second place. I know Eagles put a lofty prediction out there, a hot take. We got it on recording. But I got the Redskins coming in second place. Here's the breakdown. So Eagles, man, they got the Titans. That's a win. They got the Vikings. I'm looking at that could either be a win or a loss. We don't know which CEO is going to show up. Let's say he wins that game, right? Let's just give him the win there. Let's give him the win over Dallas because I don't know where he is. We still looking for him. Giants, he plays them twice. He loses both of those games. He plays the Redskins. I don't see him beating the Skins twice in one season. That's just all I'm going to say. I think they're going to split the season. If they split the season, if that goes down like that, then he's going to finish at 10. Let's see, he's 10.
10
Yeah, that's
and
gonna put him
6.
at 10-6. Yeah, I got him at 10-6. Now 10-6 ain't bad. Even if he were to beat the Skins, let's just say he beats the Skins, he's 11-5, right? Well, if you flip down to the Redskins schedule, I actually have them finishing 12-4, 13-3. So,
Oof, okay.
I say 13-3 on a great day. Yeah, so
I got 4 losses, bro.
You got 4 losses on the rest of your? Yeah. So I see it 12-4 is what I got you down at. I don't even know where that 13-3 came. Oh, I'm saying you go 3-3 to remain the season. My bad. Misread my notes. But I got you as going 12-4. I got you beating Chicago. I got you losing to the Giants. I got you beating the Texans, beating Carolina, Philly, and Indiana.
I was saying I have 4 losses already.
Yeah, so that puts him that's 11-5 then, because if he loses to the Giants.
No, my bad.
So
my math. Okay, 11-5. And that's because I was saying, but if he did win that Giants game, it's possible. I watched the first game. I felt like there were some moments there where I actually felt for a good bit you kind of had control of the game. As it's been said a million times, it's a long game, and I give Nat his props. He's definitely, from what I've seen, he seems to always be tuned in for the long game. But I do think you can win it. So that's where the 12-4 came from. Is I do think you can win out because you got Chicago. That's going to be a good game. I think that game is going to be some mental prep game, right? And then you play the Nats locked in. After that game, you will see a challenge week 16 against the Eagles. There's a couple of games that could go either way. Carolina, they've been playing a little bit of football. JT, the commissioner out there, so depending on what level he shows up, that could give you a little dance. But with the way Geis is running the ball, the way your defense is playing, I honestly see you second place in the division. Eagles, 10-6. I mean, he'd have to win out. And I just don't. He's got to beat the Giants twice. I don't see that happening. I don't think he'll beat Z-Star, the Redskins. I just don't think that he'll win twice. So if Z-Star would have won the first one, then I could say, yeah, he might beat you this time, But I think y'all split. I think he's playing good football, and I think you are remaining consistent, but at the same time have kind of went up a level in your focus, confidence, slight deal. So, yeah, and the Cowboys, I don't know. We're looking at the top 10 draft pick.
That's crazy, though, too, because I
got him going 3-3 for the rest of the season, but yeah.
Let me go look at
maybe
Z-Star.
He's got the
Who
Colts.
did you lose to, Z-Star? Let me see. He lost to the Eagles.
I lost to the Eagles, the Lions, and the Vikings.
Oh, you had a bad stretch right there.
Yeah, those were all a pretty bad stretch.
Okay.
I mean, I felt, that I played a complete game on one side of the ball in each of those games. Against CEO, it was my offense that showed up. I believe that was the game that Geis had 4 touchdowns. But my defense got picked apart. Against Jose for the first 3 quarters, defense was going crazy, but offense was terrible. Just ended up losing them in the fourth quarter, man.
I'm looking at your last 3 games. You got 51 points, 55 points, and 44 points.
Yeah.
So, man. Your offense is clicking. I think you went out. I think you went out too. I mean, you beat the Bears. Well, not went out because I don't know if you'll beat the Giants. That's just a toss-up game, so we'll see. But you'll beat the Bears. You'll beat Malley and the Texans. You'll beat Commish and the Panthers. The drama game, I think you should have beat them the first time, so that's a win there. And then y'all know how I feel about Burns, so whatever.
I can't even argue with that. We did that episode. We missed you in the studio.
It was good with that. Yeah, Malley beat him. I was like, all right, told you so, but whatever. Yeah, team versus scheme. We can get on that another time. But
yeah, that's definitely got to happen sooner than later.
It's coming up soon. I say like closer to the playoffs, we could probably get that one in.
Does that get you? So what? I said that's 12-5, or I'm sorry, not 12-5, 11-5. Does that get you in the playoffs?
I should be the 5 seed if I went out. Well, I can afford 1 loss.
All right. Well, then that kind of
CEO and Jose have to play each other again.
Well, Brim, you got anything else for the NFC Beast?
Honestly, the pressure is on Drama and the Eagles. That's I'm looking at it again. That's if he steals a game from that, if he decides Z-Star's not going to beat me at all this season, then he's number 2, and I think he's even a higher seat. And so, but if CEO shows up and upsets him, that'll do you, because I don't think he beats Nat twice.
Yeah. Well, oof. Yeah, because I'm looking. Okay, so that's NFC East. We can go to the NFC North now, because that to me is.
I was just looking at just taking a quick peek at their schedule. That's going to be an interesting finish, because that division isn't locked up either.
I'm saying so you got the Lions at 6-4, the Vikings at 6-4, and the Bears at 5-5. So I'll go through and tell you what I think, team by team. If you go with the Lions, they have the Dolphins, the Packers, Seahawks, the Packers again, and the Vikings, and then the Bucks to end off their season. I think the only game they lose there is to the Dolphins. So they'll lose to the Dolphins. They'll beat the Pack. They'll beat the Seahawks. They'll beat the Packers again. I think they'll beat the Vikings towards the end of the season, and then of course they'll beat the Bucks. That puts them at 11-5. Okay. Then you go to the Bears. They got the Redskins, UZ Bills, Jets, Vikings, Pats, and Pack. I got them losing to the Skins, losing to the Bills, beating the Jets, losing to the Vikings, beating the Pats, and then beating the Packers. That only has them at 8-8. Now, where things get a little murky is when you put CEO in the mix. We've all been kind of getting on CEO, like, is he back or not? Well, he might be, because right now I got him at 6-4. He plays the Packers. That's a win. He plays the Eagles. That's another win. He plays the Packers again. That's another win. Then he plays the Bears. That's another win. So that'll put him on a 5-game losing streak heading into Detroit. And he has to play the Lions.
5 games.
I got him. Yep. I got him losing to the Lions. And that right there to me is going to be a playoff game. And then his final game is against the Saints. But when all things come together, that puts Z-Stars Redskins at 11-5. The Lions at 11-5, and the Vikings at 11-5. It's gonna be a tiebreaker.
I'm out. If that's how it ends up, I think I end up out of the playoffs. Well, no, that's not true. I think it would just come down to division record too, because those 2 losses to the Bears that Jose has might come back to hurt him.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, question, Mike, I got to jump in now. Now you got CEO beating the Eagles in your finish for the Vikings, and I got the Eagles winning that one. This is definitely game of the week contention. I want to jump back in here after that game for sure. Tell me how that's going to play out. Because CEO's methodical, but I feel like a big part of CEO's attack is his passing game, and I feel like the Eagles have at least a mention-worthy secondary back over there.
I think they both run the same type of offense. And
I can agree with that. Under center, play actions, yes. Yeah.
And I think CEO does it better.
Because he has a running game, a more efficient running attack?
Mm-hmm. I've watched a few of Drama's games, and although he'll get on the mic and he'll say he knows what you're doing, and he'll call you out for that kind of stuff, I don't think his defense is that solid. You know what I mean? He gets frustrated when people flip their play at the line of scrimmage. You know what I mean? Like simple stuff like that.
Okay. You're not coaching, by the way, but yeah.
Yeah. He makes a lot of defensive adjustments. And if someone was to flip the play, or if someone just makes an audible while he's making them adjustments, that can mess everything up. So I think sometimes him making those extra adjustments hurts his defense than helps it. So that's just my take on his defense. I've only played him once, so I haven't seen him that many times. But from personally, but from watching his games, that's my take on him.
Well, according to the interview he said he was done with that. He said that was a coach's error, I believe was the quote. So, yeah, he's making it sound like that those at the line pre-snap adjustments are over. But yeah, CEO does come to the line with a scheme ready to go. So, if is his running back still out though? Is the Vikings back still out? Let me go look at that right quick.
And while you're looking, I'll say this though. I just think as far as being consistent and methodical. That's what those two will both do. I just think CEO does it a little bit better. And I've been a drama fan for a while now, but when it comes down to these predictions, that's what I just see it playing out like that.
Well, Dylan is still hurt, and he won't be there that week unless he's out for 3 more weeks. So he won't be there for that game unless he gets an early return cleared by the doctors. I'm not saying his running game can't be effective without him, but it does make a difference when you lose you. We know he likes that power running style, and when he loses his premier power back, that changes things.
That does change stuff. He's a terrible GM, though. So maybe, well, both of them are bad GMs. So maybe this is a good matchup because it's like
I'm calling it a game of the week,
right? Throw out player retention, throw out moves. This is just more so who's just better. So it's gonna be a good one though.
So so what we got? NFC North. Talk to me. What's the call?
So if it's all 11-5, I think the tiebreak goes to Jose. So
Lions make the dance, huh?
That's what I think.
Or at least an invite to the party.
Mm-hmm. What you guys, E-Star?
I think it's tough to call, man. Because, I feel like they both deal with inconsistency. CEO is like I feel like he's one of the top offensive coaches. Like when you look at like his scheme and everything that he wants to do, and just like prepping for that is not easy. But also at the same time, like he likes to establish the run, and his power back not being there might cost him. He had a good win today against the Bills, by the way. And then, Jose in his last game against Drama, it just kind of looked like it. I didn't watch the game. I'll probably end up going back to watch it. But it just looked like, I believe Goose said this in an older podcast that he might let his emotions get the best of him sometimes.
Yeah, he runs hot.
Contribute to a fact that can contribute to losses. So I feel that, coming down the stretch with these games ending up how they are, and you know how the chat is like, he's going to hear it. It's just like, I feel like he's established himself with a little bit of a bullseye. So, with the games coming down to it being as close of a race as it is and nothing's really solidified, one loss here, that could end your whole playoff hope. So I feel like it's going to really come down to can CEO still run the ball effectively without his running back? And if he can't, can his passing game get going? And can he play enough defense to close out the division?
I didn't realize that Jose's running back is in MVP contention. Ty Johnson.
Oh yeah, Ty Johnson is nasty.
That's one of them quiet as his cut things because he doesn't. He likes to pass the ball. He does run it, but he likes to pass the ball. But he because he likes to pass it, sometimes you forget that his guy pick up a quiet 100+ running game, and it's real quiet.
Yeah. See, because when I think Lions and when I think Lions, I think Raiders. But outside of that, when I think Lions, I think passing. But obviously, he's running the ball.
I guess that's the perfect segue. Shit.
He's second in rushing with 29 less carries than Melvin Gordon. So,
oh wow, okay,
that's interesting. The rushing leader is going to come down to the wire this year.
I think Melvin Gordon's got it.
Yeah.
Let's jump right. Can we jump into the AFC West? Because that's
yeah, we actually can jump.
That ain't
into
even
the
my
AFC
breakdown, but I just wanted to say I think Melvin Gordon's got that because I think Q is in a position to where he's going to have to make some choices. Like he's like, okay, he's had a few games that I do have to give him props for throwing the ball well, but the AFC West is something serious. So basically, he's going to have to lean on what he knows. And it's like, Raiders are 8-2. Everybody else is 7-3. At some point, you say F it and just, hey, I'm going to run the ball. I don't care how many times it takes.
Jumping right into the AFC West. The Raiders sitting at 8-2 and everybody else is 7-3. Yes, that's going to be a really close division coming down the stretch because they said they're going to send 3 this year, but I don't know about that, man. Because let's see Let's take a look at the standings in the AFC. Because you guys all play each other in succession to close out the year.
Yes.
So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Jesus.
There's 5 teams sitting, 4 teams sitting at 7-3. The Browns are 6-4. Mole is 6-4. Mole's gonna win that division.
Yeah.
But I don't think HD has a difficult enough schedule to where he won't at least be in contention for that last wild card spot. And you know, you guys have to play each other.
Not me. No, I'm serious. Like I had all my. I play Kurt and Q. What I'm saying.
Yeah, if you look at the rest of the schedule,
Q.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm saying,
if
like,
I lose both of them, I'm at what?
7-5, and that's you could basically be out.
At 11,
Probably.
Oh yeah, your schedule does. You know, what after Kurt and Q?
That's what I'm trying. That's why I keep trying to tell him, like, not me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, you're cakewalking to the end. Let's go check out Q's schedule. Yeah.
Oh, get out of here.
So I'm looking at Kurt's
Cardinals.
You welcome.
So Q plays the Rams.
It's a crazy thing though. Kurt could mess around and go 11-5. That's extremely possible.
Oh, very possible.
Hey man, listen to Q's schedule real quick. He's gonna really have to get the ball to Melvin Gordon for sure.
That's what I was saying.
So he goes from the Rams to playing, which is a win. The Rams is a win. To playing Mike. He plays Fallen. He plays Kurt, and then he plays Cookie.
Question: Who won? I got to do it to you, Mike. Who won the first time between you and Q? Who won that game?
I gave it away. Q won.
Okay, so you'll win this one because I don't think he beat. The AFC West. I don't think any of them ever beat each other twice. Not consistently. Like if you look at this whole Madden cycle, it's a whole lot of back and forth between that division, bro. So
season one, season one I got Kurt both times. Then he got me in the playoffs. Then we split season 2. Then season 3, this last one, he got me both times. So I have to get him this time to keep the back and forth going.
I'm gonna just tell you, week 15, we got some games, man. Raiders, Chargers, and Eagles, Giants. Like I think. So I'm looking at Kurt's schedule now. He has Chiefs, Colts a couple weeks ago. Like I was like, oh, that might be a game, but I think Burn is flaming out right now. He'll still make the playoffs and be a threat as always, but I feel like he's on a down trend right now. Bills, I mean, he can compete every week. So Q, I think Q
can go 4-2.
Q has to show, like, Kurt has been talking a whole bunch of trash. I got one for you. Like, I've been paying attention to Q. I don't know if anybody else has noticed it, but I have a feeling his film sessions are intense. Like, I can, and like, you know, we crack jokes, and obviously I'm being funny, but serious, like, the games he has won, he's won them methodical. Now, I wasn't here last cycle, so all I get is just the vibe in the room. But I can tell from the vibe in the room that Q definitely didn't approach games that focused or prepared last season.
No, he did.
I mean last cycle.
I was in Q's division, and I can tell you that I watched this man throw 8 interceptions in the first half. So, yeah.
So, man, right now I got that the Raiders and the Chargers both could finish 11-5. That's I got Q winning forward. I got Q winning. Like, so just down the road, Rams win, Chiefs lost just because they flip all the time. Broncos, I think he beats the Broncos. Raiders, I think he beats the Raiders. I don't think he'll lose to the Raiders twice. He loses to the Dolphins. So if he wins that game, that changes things. And then the Browns, he wins that game. I think, you know, Clutch, I guess, is who he is now.
Nah, man, call him no Clutch. Yeah. Nah, that's HD. That shit. That's silly.
Hey, it is silly. What it is, but I'm just saying, like, I think he's playing better, but I don't think Q has any intention on losing that game. And so if he can steal one with the Dolphins, then that puts him at what, 12-4? If he steals that game?
Did he beat Cookie last year?
I think so.
Yeah. But Cookie can't rest nobody this time around. Because Cookie can mess around and not make the playoffs too.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, he got three. He got 3 losses.
One of them was to a computer.
Oh, that is. Oh, Cookie's schedule. Okay, so I think he's gonna wrap up that division regardless.
Yeah, I think so too. But I don't know.
Lions, Steelers, Browns, Burn, Q, Bengals. Yeah, he wins. He wins that division.
What's so funny is y'all haven't even mentioned Fallen. In the
Well,
Broncos.
that's where I was headed. I was actually going to look at the rest of his schedule.
Working on his schedule too. Ooh, so you and Fallen. Both, hold on now. 49ers, Cardinals, Chargers, Seahawks. Oh wow. So he might go. He'll probably go 5. Like at worst 5-1.
Mm-hmm.
If he loses to the Chargers, which I said he would, yeah.
And then you just have 2 tough games left, and then Goose could come out and surprise you.
Yeah,
but really have 2 tough games.
I'm worried about the game with Goose.
You could go.
So
4-2.
I'm in a position to really wreck some stuff in the AFC West, huh?
Oh yeah, because who you still got? You still got the Broncos. You still got the Chiefs, and that's it. Because Q destroyed you, and Kurt destroyed you.
So I really have an opportunity here to be an instrument for the Lord. That's what I'm looking at.
So you guys feel how important do you think that Ravens-Raiders game is going to be week 17?
Oh, very important. It's gonna solidify. See, I'll tell you something now. Mo's not resting nobody because he just got here. It's not about what week it is for the team. As far as Mo is concerned, it is week 6, right, for him? Ain't nobody resting. He's gonna be playing it's a preseason game. Boy, he's out there trying stuff. People is getting work.
I'll tell you, that game will be important if I beat Kurt in week 12. If I don't beat Kurt week 12, I think he gets in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if I beat him, then that gets him to 4 losses. Or no, that gets him to 3 losses. Then he'll get 4 losses versus the Raiders, and he just can't slip. You know what I'm saying? Like if he loses to me this next week, his life gets really hard as far as the rest of his season. So, yeah, that's how I feel.
I mean, the schedules you and Broncos have, I don't really think anybody can afford to lose. Because you guys, it's not like you guys' schedules are tough. But
I know.
So, a question. Are we really looking at here that Broncos can pull it's not a Cinderella story, but they can pretty much come from behind out of nowhere and potentially take the first place in the AFC? Is that what
I mean, it's
possible?
I believe that it's very possible. Because say Mike drops these 2 games, right? Say he drops these 2 games, that gives him 5 losses. Q has he plays Kurt again, he plays Fallen again, and he plays Cookie. He could lose all 3 of those games. He could win all 3 of those games. You never know. Kurt has Mike next week. He plays Mole. He plays if Burn decides to get his stuff together, that rushing attack can be tough to handle. Bills has a good team. Did I already say Q?
I can go on record and say Burn will probably beat the Raiders. Because one thing Burn will do,
he will run the ball.
There it is.
If he runs the ball, because
if he runs the ball,
we had this earlier. One of the prediction shows I was on. He ended up not running the ball and lost, and nobody saw that coming.
True. So I guess that's the caveat. If he decides to play,
so you need the guy who you call fake all the time to actually show up this time.
No. Well, I really don't.
Yeah.
My playoffs start these next 2 games. If I win these next 2 games, I'm in. Period. If I win these next 2 games, I'll win the division. You know what I'm saying? So, because that'll put me at what? 9-3.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got the Titans, Cardinals, Jags, and Texans. No offense, but for me, I feel like that's 4 wins. So then that'll be my 3rd division title. So these next 2 games to me is my playoffs as far as if I'm gonna make it or not. If I drop these 2, then who knows? It gets real complicated.
If I'm looking at this right, a couple of losses in that AFC West, and Cookie Boy takes the number 1 spot. Is that looks possible?
No. That'll be his what? I got the 1 seed the first year. I think he got it the second year and the third year. So that'd That'd be his fourth or his third time. But low key, man, Fallen. The thing about him and his record, I think all his losses are division losses. So
yeah, I was looking at that.
What messes that up for him is tie breaks. Yeah. You know what I mean? So if he ends up tied with any of us, he wouldn't get in. It's crazy.
So you really need the NFC West to show up on that Broncos schedule. He's got the Cardinals, he's got the Niners, and the Seahawks, and the Rams. He has played none of us yet.
He's gonna get Jonathan Taylor back week 13.
Ooh.
That's big. That's Fallen made the playoffs. He ain't made it.
Yeah, he's gonna have.
He's been keeping quiet over there. I think it's intentional.
I mean, it's not like. I mean, the game against 49ers could be.
Oh yeah, you can't sleep on. Yeah, you can't sleep on.
Never.
And Goose is always good for giving you a good game.
Yep.
So he's gonna have Jonathan Taylor back before he plays Q, and then after that, like Seahawks, Jets, Rams, like.
What's your predictions? What y'all got? What do y'all see it? How y'all see it playing out? I can go first if you want me to.
Run it. What you got? That's your division, quote unquote.
I mean, that you just said it. It's my division. You know what I mean? Like,
quote unquote. But yeah, I hear you.
I mean, but you always been that way though. There was no way you weren't gonna come up here and pick yourself.
You feel me? You know what I mean? Like I feel like we're gonna have to take care of business, of course. But even if I drop one of these next two, I just think we just eat each other alive, and I'll end up with on top. And I'll end up on top. But of course, though, I gotta beat Kurt. I gotta beat Q, two of my nemesis. So those are
two games you lost, right? I got my. So yeah, I got you winning those because I just don't see you losing to those guys twice. I don't.
It could happen.
It's definitely possible. We'll see. I got I'm kind of leaning on Broncos on this one, and I'll say this: if you lose one of your next two games, then I am definitely taking Broncos to win the AFC West.
If we have a tied record, I beat them twice. So
yeah, true.
I feel I don't know, man. I just think it depends. Like, if Fallen gets his running game going, we know about his defense already, but if he gets that running game going, his schedule's not like difficult enough for him to have to worry about a loss. Like, outside of Q. So one loss in his last
6 games.
6 games. Like, that puts a lot of pressure on everybody else. I feel like the two guys with the most pressure right now are in that division are Kurt and Q. And I say that
with you, the Raiders in it. Yep, I'm with you. Same thing.
Not only because for Q, his schedule is like he has a hell schedule to kind of close out. And I also feel like he's been feeling a little disrespected recently. So he has all 3 of y'all in his division to close out the season. So I think this is when we can determine if Q's for real or not. So it's some pressure on him there. And then for Kurt, I think, really, he's been talking shit all season.
Yeah.
So, about being S tier and all that stuff like that. So, if you S tier, you gonna win these games, bro. That's what it's gonna come down to. So, I think the safe pick is going Broncos or Chargers, but I think I'll know better by week 14 which direction I'm leaning in.
Oh man, you better make a take.
Hey, bro.
Come on, you gotta make a take. This is a show. You gotta give me one.
All right, I'm gonna go with Mike winning the division. I think he bounces back against Raiders and Chargers. I'm gonna go with Fallen getting that 5 seed because of his schedule, and then after that, who knows what the 6 seed is gonna be, man.
Okay, I like it.
It's real crazy there.
Well, I like it, man. That's interesting, man. I'm really looking at this, boy. Our predictions could be all way out of whack. Yeah, no, our predictions could be so far off base. Colts might show up and upset the Raiders after he loses to the Chiefs, and that changes everything because Yeah. And then Bills could show up, man. We got some. It's a lot of teams that aren't in the playoffs that have the potential to really be the noisemakers in the chat. That's for sure. Like, we're talking, Mike is probably on the phone right now giving the Bills some tips on how to defeat the Raiders so he can solidify his spot. I can already see it brewing. So, yeah, I think, man, if there was ever a time to be tuning into PML games, this is now, because that NFC North, that AFC West is definitely interesting who's going to take the top spot. Over there in the NFC Beast, Z-Star, I think you got number 2 locked up, man. And I'm not saying this because you're on the show. I'm not saying this because your mom brings cookies to the studio. I'm saying that I really, really believe.
Cookies be fired over.
Yeah, they lit, dog. I mess with it, man. But I really do think you got the number 2 spot locked in. Eagles may be on a downhill slope, and he may have peaked. I hope not. I got to get him in the studio here real soon, but it's looking like he may have peaked. You heard it here first. Has he peaked out? I don't know. I'm not saying he won't. I think he'll go 3-3 the remainder of the season, but is the threat still real, or did him exposing Jose expose himself also? I don't know. We'll see. What you talk to me, Mike?
I mean, like I said, I'm a fan of drama, but
I am too. I'm here for it.
I think he may have peaked, and we got to get him on here because I'd like to ask him, just straight up, because I feel like in a lot of what he says is my mentality to Madden too. He plays the video game, but he wants to be more of a coach. You know what I'm saying? So
hey, he said himself, a lot of these cats don't know football. That's a quote.
Exactly. So, by me knowing football and me knowing video gaming, that's why I think he may have peaked. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm willing to tell him that man to man to see what he responds with. So let's see if we can get him out here.
I definitely will. I'll get on the line. I'll get in contact with his agent. Somebody like Drama. He travels the country, all that, man. He, you never know if he's at the pad or the Airbnb. And he's on the PS4 Pro Club though, so I might be able to use my membership and see if we can get him in here, man.
Hey man, shout out to
great episode.
It is. Shout out to D-Jack, man. He made an appearance, and I somehow was able to get on his schedule, and play him. He'd be flying.
How did that feel, man, playing against a celebrity? What was that like?
It was amazing, bro. I had to just kind of really make sure that I showed up.
There you go.
I did.
Oh, you did?
Kind of whooped him, too, so it is what it is.
Now, you did put up like 45, didn't you?
It was a battle for Texas right there, huh? The good old Texas boys there.
We played at watched hours, man. That was 9:45 a.m. on a Sunday morning.
Yeah, because I woke up, I was like, bro, I know y'all aren't playing right now.
You miss Sunday football that much, huh?
Man,
the boy thought he was in London watching a London game.
That's that. I got things to do on a Sunday, so let's go ahead and get it over with.
I'm not mad at it. Man. So we got potentials for upsets, man. Shout out to all my PML family, man. I hope some of our guys come through with some upsets.
Predictions in there?
This is week 12 predictions. You slide them in. You know what? You feeling froggy? Do what you do, bro. Run through it.
Yeah, you did it last time. Do it again.
Let's go. I got Panthers over Saints, Giants over Jaguars. Patriots over Texans. It'll be closer than people think.
Okay.
Ravens over Bengals. Drama over Titans. CO over Packers. Cowboys over Colts.
I agree with that.
Chargers over Rams, of course.
Hold on.
I'm not gonna make a prediction.
Let me jump in there.
Tag.
Hot take. Rams will beat the Chargers. Hot take. That ain't got nothing to do with Q. That got a lot to do with Soul Brother ain't as bad as his record shows.
I agree. I agree he's not as bad as his record shows.
That goes back into that goes into my upset theory.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going.
I think that Bosa is gonna destroy his offensive line, so that's gonna take that out the window.
True.
I'm not gonna speak on my game. Broncos over 49ers.
I got Redskins over Bears. I'll say it. Mike, what you got on that game?
Redskins over Bears. Yeah, Redskins over Bears.
I don't even think it'd be close. Keep going.
I'm taking my boy Goose over Bucks, Falcons over Seahawks, Chiefs over Raiders. It's gonna be a good one. I can't wait to tune into that one.
Might not
Jets
be,
over Steelers. They might tie.
So you saying that D. Lloyd's gonna tie against the computer? That's what you think?
Oh, he's playing. He can play the computer. He's not.
Is Bacon playing?
Yeah, Bacon's still.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know. Well, he got the win against Dolphins. That messed up his whole draft theory. Draft board shot to shit.
I got Cookie over Jose. They're gonna be mad at me for picking against him. Whatever. And I got Bills over HD.
I think that'd be that's gonna be a good game. I think King Clutch is gonna take this one, man.
Who?
Self-proclaimed.
If you don't end this show, bro, that just annoyed me, bro. I'll talk to y'all later, bro. Let's get out of here.
God, don't be that guy. It's your boy GooseneckxGamer, man. To all my listeners out there, we need you tuning into the games. Most of our users are on Twitch. Some of us are on YouTube. I'm on both. We got some beautiful football being played right now. We got a lot of potential for upsets going on. You're going to want to see this. Users, make sure you're getting in your content, man. Keep going strong on the content. Get those last couple upgrades before the season ends, because if you don't make the playoffs, you can't keep submitting, I don't think. But, yeah, it's great football being played, guys. I'm happy to be here. Z-Star, give me something.
It's going to be a good finish of the season, man, for sure.
Mike, say something to the people.
Man, shout out to LeBron James, the second greatest player of all time.
Oh my
and my favorite, and my favorite player.
Music, bro.
He's my favorite player, but he ain't better than Jordan.
Oh my
hit the music,
God, we out of here. It's your boy Gooseneck. Oh God, that hurt. All right, GooseneckxGamer, we out, boys.